Hi everyone, welcome to Edubbey Global Solutions. Today we'll be looking at drugs. Hormones are chemicals manufactured by and within a living organism, which has a specific effect on that organism's metabolism. While chemicals are not made by organisms may be introduced into the body of the organism for a specific effect. For example, drugs. Drugs are therefore an externally administered substance which modifies or affects chemical reactions in the body. Uses of drugs for pain relief, for we have examples of pain relief like aspirin, paracetamol, ibuprofen, and all that. Then we also use them to treat diseases. Diseases caused by bacteria such as syphilis are treated with antibiotics. For mood influencing effects, this can be used for treating patients with emotional disorders such as depression. Hormones are manufactured within the body, while drugs are externally administered. True or false? True. Drug abuse. If a drug is taken simply for enjoyment, that is, it is used as a reactional drug and often taken in high dosage, this is drug abuse and it can lead to addiction. Drugs abused in this way include heroin. Heroin is a powerful depressant, and depressants are drugs that affect the central nervous system, slowing the rate of impulses. Alcohol, a more widely available and used drug, is affect has the following effects. It is a depressant. It slows reaction times, that is, increasing risk of accidents, especially if you're driving or handling machines. It leads to low self control when consumed in excessive quantities, and it leads to liver damage. Guys may suffer withdrawal symptoms such as muscular pain, diarrhea, vomiting, shaking, and hallucination. Yes, and heroin user will suffer from all the symptoms if unable to access more supplies. Drug abuse contained, okay, nicotine. It is the drug of addiction present in cigarette smoke. It is a poison that increases heart rate and blood pressure. It may cause blood clotting, increasing the risk of thrombosis. Diseases associated with smoking include chronic bronchitis, emphysema, lung cancer. Why is excessive consumption of alcohol discouraged before someone operates machinery or drives a vehicle? This is because alcohol decreases reaction times. Antibiotics. A product made by one microorganism to kill off another microorganism is called an antibiotic. The first antibiotic to be discovered was called penicillin, after the organism penicillium that produced it. Antibiotics is used in medicine work to inhibit or treat the development of bacterial infections. Penicillin prevents the bacterial cell walls forming in human cells. Antibiotics only affect bacterial cells because other cell types are different to bacterial cells. Antibiotics do not affect virus because viruses do not have metabolism of their own and do not make cell walls. There is no benefit in taking antibiotics to treat viral diseases such as influenza or common cold. Penicillium is a natural fungus. True or false? Let's check. True. Antiseptics and antibiotics. An antibiotic is used to treat a bacterial infection, while an antiseptic can be used to prevent infections. Antiseptics are chemicals applied to the outside of the body, such as the skin, to kill microbes. So, antiseptics are used to treat and not to prevent. Is this true or false? False. They are used to prevent, not treat. Antibiotic resistance. As the use of antibiotics increases, strains of bacteria that are resistant to the antibodies are developing. Antibiotic resistant strains of bacteria are formed by artificial selection. This is more likely to happen if antibiotics are used unnecessarily. People do not finish a course of prescribed antibiotics. This allows some of the bacterial population to recover and possibly develop strains that are resistant to the antibiotic. In this diagram, we have a population of bacteria, and then mutation results in one resistant cell in the normal population. That is, out of a normal population of bacteria, there will emerge one due to mutation with a resistant cell. Then, after the antibiotic treatment, the resistant one will divide and multiply. So only the resistant one survives, and then the whole population is, after division, cell division of the resistant one, the whole population is now resistant. Antibiotics is the selection pressure. Resistance is the survival advantage. The antibiotic does not create resistance but selects it in the population. MRSA, also known as methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Methicillin is a synthetic version of penicillin. It is useful. It's a very useful antibiotic in controlling Staphylococcus and Streptococcus infections. Some bacteria have resistance to these antibiotics. They produce a protein which prevents the blockage of the cell wall production of bacteria. Streptococcus and Staphylococcus are examples of bacteria, true or false? True. Comparing the effectiveness of antibiotics using paper discs. So we have a diagram here showing us bacteria population multiplied on agar, a growth medium, and then we have a clear area caused by inhibition. We have four types of antibiotics: antibiotic A, B, C, D, and then their effect on the bacterial growth around them. So B clearly shows that the antibiotic B has a more effect on the bacteria around it compared to other antibiotics. Which definition of a drug is correct? A protein that functions as a biological catalyst, a chemical substance produced by a gland and carried by blood, a substance taken into the body that modifies or affects chemical reactions in the body, a substance that increases the rate of chemical reaction and is not right. This would be the correct option. So on this slide, we have the question that says the diagram shows the effects of four different antibiotics ABCD on the growth of one type of bacteria. It shows the appearance of the petri dish. Like this image shows the appearance of the petri dish 48 hours after paper disc soaked in each antibiotic were added to the growing bacteria. Which is the most effective treatment for this type of bacteria? B would be the most effective treatment because it shows that it has inhibited the growth of a larger growth of bacteria around it. So this brings us to the end of another episode. Remember to check us out on www.edubbey Global Solutions. Thanks for your time.